I think one, like I mentioned, EPA, they help in terms of stopping these artisanal miners. And recently, or at the end of last year, we see within the National Protected Area Authority embark on with the security forces them for try for demolish houses them or structures them where they within the water catchment and also within the protected area. So yes, we they get collaboration from all the MDAs them where they in the management of the natural resources. Then they play them part.
Now, let's look at education as part of our work, especially where pollution, where people they pollute the water them now, and a very big challenge for now. Where make you mention and first, how don't they use education for counter that kind of challenge there?
Exactly. So for solving pressures there, then anthropogenic activities where they affect the water resources, you need education. That's a very good point, and we don't they embark in plenty advocacy and also awareness raising. Recently, we director, we compliance director, and we regional coordinator. Then we they right across the country. They go to different media houses, then radio stations, for try for sensitize people them about the need for let them comply. That's the different water users them let them comply to the agency, and also improve on the greater awareness raising, tell communities them that this and this activity wanna they do, it can get negative impact on the water resources. Yes, so we don't engage in several awareness raising using the media houses them.
Okay. Again, una get the right infrastructure for take care of this kind of mandate una get?
Yes, like I say, yes, we get the infrastructure. We they do very well. In terms of infrastructure, we get an office building. We're well equipped with servers them where we need for they get the data them where we require. And in terms of human capacity, we get about 5 departments with qualified people. Now we don't establish 2 regional offices them. We then will handle the north and the southern region of the country. And like I mentioned earlier on, we get several hydrological stations them where they help we in terms of data collection. Yes, so we get the infrastructure, we get systems in place for help with or do we work.
Now, you can today purposely follow talk about the World Water Day celebration. Give me a background of how important this celebration be for owner and the work owner they do.
Yeah, so tomorrow, March 22nd, the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, they spearhead the World Water Day. So this World Water Day now an event which can happen every year, and each year then can get different themes them for raise awareness based on the challenge where they affect the global water resources issues. So this year the theme about protecting glaciers, but of course we not get glacier as alone. So we can't.
Within a glacier.
So glacier are a large body of ice. We in the mostly in the Arctic region. Now the Arctic region we're very cold, you know. So the theme globally say we for protect them glacier them because they're very important when it comes to water resources management. But since we not get them here, although that glacier itself gets a role for play when it comes in terms of how it affects we water resources, it gets a role for play. But we try for localize them using the theme water ecosystem preservation. So now that theme day we look at tomorrow. They celebrate the event, and in which we call all stakeholders for joining. We will get a parade, a march parade, and we will converge in a U building, and where the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation go there, and then we will get different stakeholders then making statements. So the overall thing is about raising awareness of water ecosystem, and we need for preserve them and also protect them. So like you mentioned about education, this is now one key way where we can raise awareness to the general population why we need for protect we water resources.
You don't mention the theme for or the central idea where una now and down to. If we're able to get it right, what's kind of impact we una expect for create after this celebration?
So we the aim for create a very big impact. Over the past weeks, I believe colleagues them from different institutions, them where they under the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, the EWRC, we NWRMA, Guma Valley and Salwako, then we don't they engage come at this platform or other platforms then for make statements, raise awareness, and we believe that don't reach plenty people them. Not only for Western area, similar things then like this, they also happen at the provinces. So we get for talk on the pressures them where they affect the water resources them, and the impact is that we will create awareness and we will identify problems, that we will get feedback from communities as well, how then they experience the changes in the climate, and we will then findings there we will use them for further manage the country water resources.
So as an agency, briefly to una plan for 2025.
Yeah, so for we plan for 2025, one of the first things then we did do now for develop a new strategic development plan where we beget one from 2019 to 2023 we actually done. So we did try for develop this new strategic plan, and inside that plan we did look at how we will implement the next 5 years in terms of activities we'll go do around water resources management. So we don't hire consultants where they work on that strongly. Also we did also establish a carbon project for the Western area. We did on the carbon feasibility project, and inside that carbon feasibility project we want to use the Western area as a case study for try for know waiting at the carbon potentials where we can sell at the international market, and the revenue way will be generated under that project we can put into conservation measures, and the benefit can go to the communities as well, and that will help them, for alternative livelihood instead of for the cut stick them or burn charcoal for that Western area there. And also we don't talk with World Bank, and we did in negotiations for implement the Sierra Leone master plan, water resources master plan. So that master plan they get for look at how in general waiting at the plan for the next 20 to 30 years how for manage we water resources. And we plan also now for get collect more data, because then you say you need able manage water if you not get the data where you need. So we get for roll out with monitoring stations them now other basins them where we know they and get more data, understand the river basins than they, and we try for implement this Rokel River Basin Management Plan we are talk about, because based on the data collection we don't know the problems, and now it's about how to address it, and of course get more staff for coming into the agency and help we for do we work more.
Okay, we continue for look at more of this issue as soon as they continue for prepare for celebrate the World Water Day. We for happening the 22nd of March 2025. But again, earlier you mentioned about how Salunga Bokuata, Salon Water Clean and things like that. They make a one for ask again. Where the two main water companies in the country, they ration the water for the public, is ideal at this time if you say Uge Bokuata?
So there are two components when it comes to water: the water resources side for protect the raw water, and also for provide also the supply aspect. So yes, then the ration the water probably get for do its infrastructure. Maybe the Guma system was developed for a lower capacity or population size. We see over the years how Freetown don't they expand, the demand don't increase, and probably the dam not able to provide the water supply all throughout the year, so that then we will serve that demand. Again, this come to the points where I mentioned, say, of course, we they get challenges, climate change, we know they get the requisite rainfall amount, we for full up the dam for make sure, say, Guma go able provide people with the water supply. But of course, over the years, we know, say, Guma don't they rehabilitate them infrastructure, then pipelines them, then don't they rehabilitate, and then they try for increase their service area, so that more people will get access to water supply. So again, not necessarily means say the raw water resources not there in place for let them supply, because we get plenty river basins again, we get the Rokel, but it's about getting the right infrastructure we're able for provide and services then there. So you need the physical infrastructure. We get the raw water way there enough, but of course climate change and all lengthening in there, but we know we get almost 6 months of rains, so it's about the infrastructure we I believe Seguma they work on, so that then go meet the growing demands.
As soon as they prepare for celebrate World Water Day, what are the message the agency they bring for want to send to the public?
So the message where the National Water Resources Management Agency they send to the public is that we very particular for protect and manage Sierra Leone's water resources, but the water resources they face serious pressures, and we help strongly so that we go continue for ensure say water security in the country. But of course we reach out to people them we engage in pollution, where they use water in a way we're not supposed for use. That's let we all come together, let we work on board, let them take the agency and advice, so that we go able for protect the water resources, and we go for we picking them where they can born, or we get for come in the next generation, then go meet water we safe, where they in sufficient quantity and of good quality as well.
Okay. In name na Ishmael Kamara, the manager for Hydrological Service, National Water Resources Management Agency. In the studio, they talk about the agency in plan of how they non prepare for celebrate the World Water Day celebration, where according to them say go happen Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. And they don't talk about how the 2024 year have been tallied, how the challenge them, they affect their work, but then to partners them, what's not the call?
Yeah, so partners them, we the agency not going to manage water alone, based on the fact that natural resources or water resources cut across different mandates. So we partners them, we call on them, let we continue the collaboration, let we continue for the engage and address the issues then together, let we set goals together so that we continue for protect the water users. Also the water users them as well, let them register them businesses to the agency, and with that the information what they get from them will be able to allocate the water where they need, so that it not go affect other users them. So generally we call from stronger collaboration and cooperation amongst we partners.
Okay, Ishmael Kamara, thank you very much. Manager Hydrological Service, National Water Resources Management Agency. They talk about the celebration of the World Water Day, which will happen March 22nd, 2025, one at tomorrow. Plenty thank you for we joining today inside this edition of the program.
Thank you.
And again, plenty thank you to we production team, we led by Saptiu Kalon and Adeyemi Jackson and other members of the production team. Plenty thank you to now we put all this initiative and idea for make we able to share them to the public on how the Water Management Agency don't be able to do their work, and how since the information how things don't progress. This now we do the cutting down for this edition of the program. Again, we say plenty thank you to technical person on duty. We na DJ Sunga for technical support to make una get we live from on a different radio set them. Until then, we don't bring Canton on this edition. And I'm Jaffa Mans Davis. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.